If Obi is not able to do this, the apex courts will not give justice to him. Jaja Waniwu. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. Chukwuemeka Adel Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka, Anambra State, Jaja Waniwu teaches conflict, security governance and comparative politics. He discusses, among other things, the Labour Party's internal crisis, the 2023 elections, and the several legal cases that are trailing the polls. Do you see any hope for being the president's lawsuits at the Presidential Election Tribunal, given that history indicates that Nigeria's highest court has never annulled a presidential victory declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC? He replied, the Supreme Court refusal to overturn the result of any previous presidential election in Nigeria would not, in my opinion, dictate the outcome of every subsequent circumstance. In fact, the ability of the litigant to adequately show his case beyond the reasonable doubt trumped the Supreme Court's authority to simply overturn any INEC statement. The Supreme Court will not render justice to him if he is unable to achieve this. I wish to think that the judiciary, in its current form, still possesses the capacity to render an accurate verdict, if one can be made on the basis of the evidence at hand. Except from this interview with us, I do not think that the Supreme Court not obtaining the outcome of any past presidential election in Nigeria will determine what will happen in every subsequent situation. Indeed, it is not just within the power of a Supreme Court to just on their own overturn any INEC declaration. It is the ability of the litigant to properly prove his case beyond reasonable doubt. If he is not able to do this, the apex court will not give justice to him. I want to believe that the judiciary as presently constituted still has something in it, if there is a case on the ground for them to rely on in making such a declaration. So until it is proven otherwise, I will not want to make a blanket submission that the apex court does not give justice, but as a conscious optimist, I am watching the situation. This article is according to Nigerian Tribune newspaper. So this man is saying if Obi is able to convince the court beyond reasonable doubt, say no, wetin happen for 25th February, no wetin INEC talk, then he's going to win the case. And it is true. If you're able to convince the judge, the court there, that see you, wetin happen, see as use happen, see as they can't use happen, see how they can't rough, can't play you rough. If you're able to prove it beyond reasonable doubt, then I don't see why there should be a problem. If you ask me, I do not even see why there should be a problem at all. The apex court should not be biased because the nation at this point is in a fragile point where everyone, the youth, women, states, men, all ethnic groups are following the court proceedings. Like former President Goodluck Jonathan said, his ambition to be president of Nigeria does not wet the blood of any Nigerian. So no one else should allow his ambition to wet the blood of any Nigerian. Let justice be done no matter who is involved. Now wetin the man talk? The man say, if you come outside, come talk, say, and I've always said the country's image of the judiciary is already tainted. People, they look at the judiciary, say then they biased already. So make them they extremely careful, say they know they don't push people to come believe, say, we talk am now, say you don't do am. Okay, Peter is a drunk dreamer with no reasonable facts to buttress his claim. How do you know that? You don't hear him. Now you be the judge. The burden of proof is on him. It's equally on record that he lacks national appeal, so national powers will take him from his miserable third position to first. I come in peace. Okay. My own be say the judiciary has a lot to prove. With this case, they can either prove to the people of Nigeria that look, the judiciary is still a place you can run to if you have been oppressed. Or they can tell Nigerians, I don't get any hope again for the common man. If they oppress you, go to God. Okay. So justice to you, obedience is when Peter gets a favorable ruling of the court and anything else is injustice. Then why did the lying machine approach the court in the first place if he's not prepared to accept either of the outcomes? You don't understand. Look, I don't think people understand what the obedience even wants. If you are saying Tinubu wants fair and square, prove it. If Tinubu wants fair and square, I don't think anybody is going to be to even come and if Tinubu wants fair and square, nobody will fault him. But you cannot say Tinubu wants fair and square, and you're not proving how he wants fair and square. That is just the issue. I still maintain that if the Judicial, the Tribunal, and the Supreme Court considered all the facts and evidence presented by the Labour Party legal team on the basis of law and not on technicalities and devoid of external influences and inducements, P2B will come out successfully. They will base their judgment on technicality in order for their candidate to win. The Chief Justice of the Federation was appointed by the APC, so don't expect them to give judgment against themselves. Like I say, let the court decide. Even the court, see, as APC they hold Nigeria they hold them. People of Nigeria, they look at. Like I said, it is a defining moment. And see, it will be very difficult. It cannot be erased from history. So anything he's doing now, say it is going to be stamped, it's going to be like that. Let us allow this man to decide. Just like the man said, we no one come outside, can't talk to the judiciary they bias, even though they have a tainted image already. Let them do what they know how to do best. Make them do their, my Lord, may I, screen the evidences, do everything, and then they give us results. Nigerians are somehow being selfish on this matter. It's not about P2B or Igbo, it's about the law, and there are clearly videos where INEC has come and give Nigerians rules before the election. They will bring their own video to counter P2B's video to show the court where they clearly say before the election that the rules in which made themselves before the election has been changed before the elections, not after the election. That is clearly nullification of the election. Okay? Prepare for God's will before the election. We all had to cast our vote. This is the time for the will of God to be done through the court. You cannot help God to fight. The new Nigeria is possible. Okay? This is the most dirty case at the Supreme Court. Now you talk more. The Supreme Court no talk. Even a layman can see the incongruity in the case. It is a waste of cost time and an attempt just to heat up the polity. Let the court decide. Let them decide. Nigerian electoral laws for the conduct of the 2023 general election clearly stated how to conduct the election, which is quite different from the past elections. So if INEC have faulted it, then the Supreme Court can give a clear verdict of turn. The election has come. All of us just give our own 2 cents. The court never speak. We dare they hear, we dare they wait. May the court speak on those particular issues. Alright. I have seen an unbiased Igbo man who hit the nail on the head. Majority of others are already disillusioned about a yet to be determined case. To be factual, Obi will need to prove his case beyond reasonable doubt, where he got his claimed majority vote. He also needs to prove there was no rigging in all the Southeast votes, which the opponents are proving to have been manipulated. We are all waiting for these provings in court, not mere misquoting unsubstantiated figures. And it is true. When you prove, say, where you from get your own, this one proves. You're able to convince the court. This beyond reasonable that. See as the use get them. You understand? And like I said, I just hope that the beavers were given to them, like they have their own evidence intact. Alright, on those notes, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.